Hey all, Brad here with another completed repair video. What I've got on my bench now is a Joust ROM board and a Rev D MPU. This is for Lance. He sent in a Rev C and a Rev D MPU and a Joust and Robotron ROM board. So we've got those all straightened out. So I'm going to do two videos here. This one I paired up the Rev D with the Joust board because I really like running the Rev Cs with Robotron. That was pretty common to find most Robotrons with a Rev C MPU. So in any case, Rev D board here is pretty clean to begin with. Cleaned it up a lot more, got rid of the old battery holder, put in a CR2450. These have about 3 times the capacity of a CR2032. They'll last a long time on one of these boards. Came back here. Originally, there was a aluminum axial leaded electrolytic that's used for the soft start. Basically what this thing does is the amount of time it takes for this capacitor to charge lets the 5 volts come up when you first apply power, and the CPU stays in reset until that times out basically. So make sure everything's stable. So that's new with a tantalum. And then we've got 3 filter caps here. These are Nichicon, -5, +12, and 5 volts for that. All new square pin Molex headers, the correct ones. Once I got it on the bench and powered up, it had a lot of graphics issue. It wasn't throwing RAM errors, but what I found is it had 3 of the 74166 multiplexers were bad. This board uses 4 for upright, and then if you run cocktail and you flip screen, there's another 4 that get used for flip screen. So sometimes people just, if it's only an upright game, they'll just rob them if they're bad. I replaced them all, and I tested in cocktail mode. I do a screen flip, so all 4 for the player 2 in cocktail are good, and then the player 1 in cocktail are all good now as well. Put new labels on the video decoders, polished everything up, straightened the pins, cleaned them, both MPU and video decoders. Back on the Joust ROM board, this thing had a lot of issues. Stripped down, simple green bath, new ribbon cable, 3M I make these. This one did need the board to IDC header. The other one had some little plastic clips that were real brittle and broke on them, so we got a brand new one here. Pulled all the socketed chips, the blitters here, cleaned them up, put reproduction labels I make on them. The ROM board wasn't working. I started testing it. Actually had ROM error 2.1, so I changed that and it jumped to 2.2 and 3 and sequenced up. To make a long story short, 10 out of the 12 were bad. So EPROMs 12 and 10 were good. So I burned new ones, put them on, and then my reproduction labels. So I did remove the labels on those just so it's consistent with all the same labels. And then also upon boot up, one of the segments in the LED display was bad, so I swapped that out. So here's the 10 bad EPROMs and the display. We also got all new Molex square pin headers and 2 new Nichicon filter caps. So that being said, we'll boot her up and see how she does now. So carpet pattern, testing the RAM. Rug pattern they call it sometimes. All systems go. And right into a track mode. So that tells us the battery's working, the CMOS is working, everything's in good shape there. We'll run through a little gain. I do have a soundboard and an input board on my bench hooked up, so I can coin it up here, start a game. So you can see she's working good. I'm going to drop into diagnostics. All ROM's good. No RAM errors. No CMOS errors. Sound, well, not too concerned with that, but I did test them because the soundboard is driven from the ROM board. So it'll loop to 6, which test all 6 of the digital, or 7, 0 to 6, the digital outputs there. So. And then the switch test, didn't send your I/O board, but I did test it. The MPU does read them, and you can see here they're all working just fine. And then you get grid lines for setting convergence with your monitor. Most people nowadays are using, the little TPGs or whatever on the bench, but if you were trying to do it in the game, this is convenient. You get red, green, blue, and then color bars, bookkeeping data, and then game adjustments, and then back to a track mode. So she's running rock steady. I'm going to let it run overnight with this board, and I'll come back and do a video for Robotron here before too long. Thanks for watching.